Hello everyone, this is Yamin and welcome to blog project tutorial for beginner. So in this tutorial we are going to create a table for post and we are going to insert some data in that post table. So first of all, here we are going to create a post page, and in that post page we will have some input field, and using that input field we will upload some data in our database table. So first of all, let's go and create a add post in the sidebar. So let's go back to our code, and here we'll just first go to the resource, then inside resource we have views, and inside views here you can see admin folder, and in this admin folder we'll directly go to the sidebar.blade.php. Whatever you are saying over here, this is coming from the sidebar.blade.php. so here instead of table we are going to have a option called add post. So let's go back, and here we have the table. So instead of table we are going to say over here add post. So right now if we save this, then if we refresh here you can see add post is written over here. So right now we need to create a route for the add post. So here you can see href. So inside this href we'll give 2 second bracket, then we'll say over here url to first bracket to single quotation, and let's say the url name will be post underscore page. So let's save this, and right now we'll create a route in the web.php. so let's go to our routes, then inside route we'll go to web.php. so let me just go down and let me just copy this. Let's just right click, go down, and over here we'll just paste the route, and here we're going to say this one, which is post underscore page. Let me just copy this and I'll paste over here. And since we will upload the data from the admin dashboard, so let's just create a controller for admin dashboard separately. So let me just go to the project directory and let me just open a command prompt here, and I'm going to say php artisan make clone controller, and the controller name will be admin controller. Let's press enter and it will create a admin controller. So right now let's go back, and here we're going to say admin controller, and we also need to give a function name over here. Let's say the function name will be post page, the same thing. And since we want to use admin controller, so we need to add the admin controller at the top. So let me just copy this, then paste it over here, and we're going to say here admin controller. So after this we need to go to the admin controller. So let's go to app, then http controllers, and inside controller we have the admin controller.php. so here we're going to create a function. We'll say public function, and here you can see that our function name is post underscore page. So we'll say over here public function post page to second bracket, and from here we'll just return a view. So we'll say over here return view to first bracket to single quotation, and we'll create a view in the admin folder inside the view over here. So let's say the admin folder name dot post page, post underscore page, let's say. So let's save this. So right now we'll go inside the views, and inside views we have admin folder, and inside admin folder we're going to create post underscore page blade.php. so let's just click over here, right click on the admin folder, then click new file, and I'm going to say over here post underscore page dot blade.php. let's save this and save. So over here let's just say simple html, and inside the body let's say here post page, for now only this. So let's save this. So let me just show you. First of all, whenever we click on the add post button, then it will call the web.php, and from here it will call the function in the admin controller, and our admin controller, this function will return a view which is this one. Okay, so right now if we just refresh here, then if we now click add post, here you can see post page is written over here. So right now what we want is that in this page we want a design like this. So for it, what we need to do is really simple. We'll just first of all directly go to admin home.blade.php, and from here we are going to copy all those things. So let me just say over here Ctrl A, Ctrl C, and we'll paste it in the postpage.blade.php. so we'll say over here Ctrl A and Ctrl V. So from here you can see include admin.body. so we are just going to remove this admin.body. so right now if we save this, then refresh here. Then if we click on this add post over here, then here you can see we have the header and the sidebar, and since we remove the body part, so there is no design over here. So what we are going to do is that we're just going to make some changes over here. So first of all, we'll go to our body.blade.php. So we'll go there, and here you can see a div, which is div class page content. So we're going to copy this, then we'll just paste it over here. Then we also need to close this div. So right now if we save this, then if we now refresh, it will give us a background of black like this. So I think this will looks better. So make sure that in your post_page.blade.php you have this div and this div. Okay, so whatever input field we'll have, we need to write this inside this div over here. Okay, so first of all, let's just add a title over here. Let's say over here h1, and let's say here add post, and let's just say here a class name. Class name will be post_title. So we'll make a design for this add post. So let's go at the top, and here you can see the head section. So inside the head section we're going to mention the style tag, and inside this style we'll say mention this class name, which is post_title. So for class we need to give a dot over here, then we'll say post title, then 2 second bracket, and here we are going to say font size, it will be let's say 30 px. Let's say font weight, it will be bold. We can say also text align, the text will be in the center, text align will be center, and let's say one more thing, that is padding. Let's say padding will be 30 px. So right now let's save this, and let's just refresh here, and here you can see add post over here. Let's just make the text color white. So we're going to say over here color, it will be white. Refresh, and there you go. So right now we'll have some input field over here. So the input field will be post title, post description, and an image. So let's go back, and here let's go down. So after this add post, we are going to mention a let's say div, and inside this div, since we want to upload some data, so definitely we need a form. So inside this form, let's mention a div over here, and then inside this div we'll have some label and input field. So let's say here label will be post title, then we are going to say input field for the post title. So let's say type will be text and name will be title. So let me just copy this and paste it here. So this one will be post description, and here for description we are going to use text area. So let's say here text area. The text area obviously we need to give a name. Name will be description, and after this we need a input field for image. So here we are going to say add image, and for the image the type will be file. So the name will be let's say image, and we need a submit button. So for submit button we do not require title, so input type will be submit, and we are going to mention a class name. Let's say class name will be btn primary. Let's save this, and let me just refresh over here. So here you can see we have a post title, text area, and the image input field, and the submit button. So let's just make a simple design. Let's just keep everything in the center. So for this, let's go back to our code, and here inside this div we are going to mention a class name. Let's say class name will be div_center, and let me just copy the class name, and we are going to paste this class name inside every div over here, and for this div and this div as well. So right now we are going to write some CSS for this div_center. So let's go at the top, and inside this style we are going to say dot div_center. Since this is a class, we need to give a dot, and after this we'll give 2 second bracket, and here we are going to say text align, it will be center, and let's also say over here padding, it will be 30 px. So right now let's save this, and if we now refresh our browser, everything will be in the center. Now let's have all the title or all the label in a same position. So for it, what we'll do is that here inside this style we are going to say label. So we are going to use the tag name, so we do not require to give any dot over here. So here we are going to say display, it will be inline block, and we are going to say width, it will be, let's say, 200 px. Save this, then refresh here, and there you can see, I think this looks fine. So right now, in order to upload the title, description and image, so we need to create a table over here in our database. So for it, in order to create that table, we need to go to our command prompt, and here we will write a command php artisan make model. Our table name will be post. So, and we'll also say over here -n, so it will at the same time create a model and a migration for post in our database table. So let's just press enter. So here you can see model and migration is created successfully. So right now, if we just go back to our code, and then if we just directly go to our app, then models, and inside models we have post.php. And right now, if we just go down over here, you can see the database folder, and inside database migration folder, and inside the migration, here you can see it created a table called post over here. So right now we are going to create some or add some column for this table. So here, first of all, we are going to say over here $table, this arrow sign, string to first bracket to single quotation, and here we are going to say title. Let's just make everything nullable by default, nullable. Then let me just copy this, then paste it over here and here. So this one will be for the description. So for description, instead of string, we are going to use long text. So for image, we are going to say string, that's fine. And let me just say over here a few more column over here, that will be name, user ID, post status and user type. So here we are going to say name, then user underscore ID, then this one will be post status, it means whether the post is active or inactive, and the last one will be user type, it means whoever posts that certain post, is it post by user or admin. So these four will be added automatically, but these three will be added from the input field from here. Okay, so right now let's just save this, and we're going to run the command, which is php artisan migrate. So here we're going to say php artisan migrate. Let's press enter, and here you can see migration is complete. So right now, if we just go to our database, and if we now just refresh our database over here, you can see the post table over here, and here you can see the post table as well. So right now, if we click post, here you can see ID, title, description, image, name, user ID, post status and user type. Okay, so right now what we need to do is that we somehow need to upload those data in the post table. So for it, what we are going to do is that we'll go back to our code, and let me just close this one, and let's just go down, and here you can see we have a form over here. So inside the form, we need to say over here action, then we need to say over here method will be post, and one more thing we need to do is that we need to add enc type will be multipart slash form data. We need to add this multipart slash form data because we also want to upload a file in the database. That's why it is essential to add this. And also for security reason, we also need to add csrf token after the form. Okay, so in this action we need to write a route name. So let's just give 2 second bracket, and we're going to say over here URL to first bracket to single quotation, and here let's say our route name will be add underscore post. So let's save this, and right now we'll go to our web.php and create a route for this. So let's go to our web.php, and let me just copy this, Ctrl C, Ctrl V, and here the route will be post, not get, post, and the URL name we just write over here add underscore post. So let me just copy it from here, and I'm going to paste it over here, and let's the function name will be add underscore post as well. Let's save this. So right now we'll go to our admin controller and create this function. So let's go to admin controller, and here we're going to say public function add post to first bracket then to second bracket. And in this function we are going to request a data from here, so we need to say over here inside this first bracket request dollar request. So right now what we are going to do is that we are going to request the data from the post underscore page. From here we'll get the title, description and the image. So right now first of all let's go to our controller, and in this add underscore post function we are going to declare a variable, let's say dollar post equal to new, then we'll mention the model name which is post, which is just created over here in the models. Here you can see a post.php which we just mention over here. And since we are mentioning the model name over here, so we also need to mention the model name at the top. So we are going to say over here use app backslash models backslash post. Okay, so after this what we will do is that we'll say over here dollar post, this arrow sign, and here you can see this dollar post is basically this one, and here we are going to mention title, and this title should be matched with our database table. So let's just go to the table. Over here you can see the post table, and inside post table we have this title column here. So this title is basically this one. Then we'll give a equal sign over here, then we'll mention this dollar request. So we'll say over here dollar request, then we'll give this arrow sign, and after this we need to get the title, which we will get it from here. You can see name equal to title, which we'll just write over here. Okay, so after this let me just copy this and we'll paste it over here, and this one will be for the description. Here you can see the name is description, and also in the database table name is also description. So we'll just say over here and here description. So after this we have the image part, but let's just do the image part later. Let's just say over here dollar post, this arrow sign, save, and after saving the data we want to return the user to the same page. So we'll say over here return redirect to first bracket, this arrow sign, back. So right now let's save this and let's just refresh over here, and let's say post title will be test and description will be description test, and right now we'll just directly click on this submit button. Here you can see it reloaded, and right now if we just go to the database table and refresh here you can see we have the title and the description, but we do not have image because we have done nothing for the image part. So let's do some code for the image part. So let's go back to our code, and over here what we are going to do is that first of all we need to get the image. So let's declare a variable. We'll say over here dollar image equal to, we'll say dollar request image. Here you can see we are not directly like storing the image in the database table. We are just first of all getting the image in this image variable. Okay, so after this we'll declare another variable. Let's say over here dollar image name equal to, we need to mention a function. We'll mention time function, then we'll give a dot over here, then we'll give two single quotation, and inside them we'll give another dot, and after this single quotation we'll give another dot. Then we are going to mention this dollar image over here, then we'll give this arrow sign, and after this we need to say over here get client original, O will be capital and C will be capital, original extension, E will be capital extension, then we need to end it with to first bracket, and make sure that you give it or you write it exactly like this. If you make a spelling mistake then image upload will not work. After this we will move the image to our public folder. It means we'll save the image to our public folder. So we'll say over here dollar request, say image, then again arrow sign, we'll say move to first bracket, and here we are going to mention a folder name in which folder we want to store that image in the public folder. Let's just say over here the folder name will be post image, then we'll give a comma over here, and then we are going to mention this image name. Let me just copy this and paste over here. So what it will do is that it will create a folder in the public folder which name will be post image, and the image will be saved in that folder. Okay, so after this we can just store the image name in the database table. Okay, so here we are just going to say dollar post which is basically this one. Okay, so let me just copy this and paste it over here. So here over here we'll say image, and here we don't need to say over here request description, we just need to say over here dollar image name. Okay, so basically this 3 line is responsible for keeping the image in the public folder, and this line is responsible for storing the image in the database table. Okay, I give a $2 over here. So right now let's save this, and right now let's just refresh over here, and let's say here test2, then let's say description test2, and let's just choose a file over here. Let's choose a picture from here. Let's choose this image, then let's click open, and here you can see the image name over here, and then we'll just click over here submit. Here you can see it's reloading, and right now let's go to our database table, and let's just refresh over here, and here you can see image is stored over here in the image columns. So right now if we just go back to our code, and if we just go to our public folder, let me just go to the public folder. Here you can see public folder, and inside public folder we have a post image folder, which is just right over here. It will automatically create that folder. Okay, so right now if I just click on it, here you can see image name over here. If I click on it, here you can see the image. So basically we are able to upload everything over here properly, but here we have a few more fields over here. You can see name, user ID, post status, and user type. So by default, whenever admin upload any post, the post status will be active. So we can just say over here, let me just copy this and paste it here, and the post status will mention over here post underscore status, and by default it will be active. So let me just write over here active inside two single quotation. So let me just save this. Okay, I made a spelling mistake over here, staus. Okay, so let's just change it over here, staus. I just made a spelling mistake, but I will not change this, I will just keep it like this. So let's save this, and let's just refresh over here. Let's say over here test3. Let's say here test3. Let's just choose the image over here. Pictures, from pictures let's choose this image, open, submit, refresh, and here you can see post status is active. So right now, what if you do not want to upload an image? Then you will get an error. Let's just say over here random things, and if you just click submit, here you can see it's reloading, and it will get us an error that get client original extension on learn. So what we are going to do is that we just need to write a if condition for the image part. So here we are first requesting the image, so here we'll just over here if dollar image, then we'll give to second bracket, and we'll keep this 3 line. Let me just cut this from here. We'll just keep this 3 line inside this if condition. Okay, so if there is any image, only then it will upload the image. Otherwise, if there is no image, then it will just ignore this if condition and just directly save the post. So right now let's save this, and let's just go back over here. Let's refresh. Let's just say over here random things in the description, also random things, and we will not choose any image. We'll just directly click over here submit option, and here we can see this time it didn't give us any error. So right now what we are going to do is that we have still a few more field over here. You can see name, user ID, and the user type. Okay, let's just refresh. You can see active. So here you can see we have name, user ID, and user type. Those are null. So we are going to again write some code in the controller. So for name, user ID, and user type, we'll get that from the logged in user automatically. So right now if I go to the user table, here you can see we already have name, then user type, and obviously the ID over here as well. So we'll basically get them from the user table. So for it, what we are going to do is that let's go back to our code, and here first of all at the top of our admin controller we are going to say over here use, let me just copy this, illuminate backslash support backslash packets backslash auth. So using this we'll check if the user is logged in, and also using this we'll be able to get the logged in username, email, ID or user type, whatever. So let's just go down, and here in this public function add post, we are going to say, or we are going to just declare a variable dollar user equal to, we'll say auth to first bracket, then we'll give this arrow sign, and we're going to mention the table name, which is user. So after this we can just give a comma over here, and here you can see that over here this user is basically our table name. Over here you can see user, this is our basically table name which we are just mentioning over here. And if there is a logged in user, then it will store that user data in this $user variable. So here what we can do is that we can just get the user underscore ID from here. So we just say over here $user ID equal to, we are going to mention this variable which is $user, then we can just give a arrow sign over here, and we can just say over here ID. So this way we'll be able to get the logged in user ID and store it in this variable. And we don't need to give the two first bracket over here, just write it like this. And after this, let me just copy this and let's paste over here 2 times. So here we're going to say user, let's just say over here name, and here we're going to say user type. So here in order to get the name, we need to say over here name, and here we'll say user underscore type. Okay, let me just check it in the database table. So here you can see user type, we write it like this over here. So we need to write it exactly over here, user type. So this one will come from the database, user table database, and this is just a variable, and inside this variable we are storing that data from the table. Okay, so right now what we will do is that, let me just copy this and we'll just paste it over here on 2 and 3 times. So here we are going to say user underscore ID. So here you can see user underscore ID, post user underscore ID, this will come from the post table. Here you can see post table, and here we write user underscore ID. So basically this is that user underscore ID, and here you can see user underscore ID. So let me just copy this, or if you are confused I can just write it like this, that's fine. I'll just copy this and I'll just remove this request and paste user ID over here like this. And after user ID, let's say over here name, and this one will be user type, user type. So let me just check how I write it in the post table. So in the post table we write over here user type like this. So user type, that's fine, and here you can see user type. Let me just copy it and I'll paste it over here, and for name we just say over here name, copy it and paste it here. I hope you do not get confused. So this one is for the form coming from the post table, and this one is coming from the user table which we just get over here. Okay, so right now let's save this and let's just refresh over here. So we still have only 3 fields. So here we are going to say proper title, and let's over here proper description, and let's choose the image from here, this one, click open and then click submit. See, it reloaded and there is no error. And let's go to our database table, let's just refresh over here, and here you can see you are able to get the name, then user ID, status, and here you can see user type is admin. So if you go to the user table, you can see for admin the user type is admin, the ID is 2 and name is admin. So everything went perfectly. So right now what we will do is that here whenever we add a post, we will show a message at the top that post added successfully. So for it what we will do is that here after saving the data, we will return redirect back. We are going to serve here return redirect back with to first bracket to single quotation, and we'll send a message over there. So we'll give a comma over here, and here we are going to say post added successfully. So let's save this. So in order to show that message over here at the top, we need to make some changes. So let's go back, and here we'll go to post underscore page, and let's say we'll show the message after this page content. So here first of all we need to give a if condition if there is any message. So we'll say over here if session to first bracket this arrow sign has, then we'll give to first bracket to single quotation, and inside this single quotation we are going to we'll just mention this message. So if session has message, then we'll definitely show it. So we also need to in the if, we'll say over here in if, and then here we are going to say div, and inside this div we'll mention a class over here. Class will be alert success. Then we'll have a close option in order to close that message. So here we'll say button. The button type will be button, and the button will be the X sign, which is this one. Okay, so after this we are going to mention a class will be close. Then we'll say data dismiss equal to double quotation alert, and we need to say one more thing, and that is area hidden equal to true. So I hope this is simple for you. This is just a bootstrap alert, and this is just a button design, and here we are going to write the message. We'll just give to second bracket, and we'll say over here session to first bracket this arrow sign get message. So basically this will print the message, and this is just a design and close button. Okay, so right now let's save this, then let's just refresh here. Blog tutorial, let's say this is blog description, and let's choose the image. Let's choose this one, then click open over here, and here we're going to click submit option. It reloaded, and here you can see a message over here, post array successfully, and we have a close button over here, which is the X sign. So if I just click over here, you can see the message got closed. So basically this is all, but I just want to change one more thing over here, that is here you can see the header section. It looks like this, so I'm just going to remove this part, and so for it we'll just go to the header section. We'll just go to the resource views admin, and inside admin we have header.blade.php. so let me just directly go down, and at the end I think here you can see the language option. So I'll just remove this language part from here. Okay, so let's save this, let's refresh. Okay, all done. So basically this was all about this tutorial. I hope you like this tutorial. If you have any question, you can always let me know in the comment section, and if you face any problem and you manage to solve that issue by yourself, then make sure to let others know your problem and solution in the comments, so that it might help others to solve their own problem. So this is all for this tutorial, and if you want more tutorial like this, then make sure to subscribe this channel. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the future tutorial.